In just a little under 48 hours, NFL rosters will freeze. So it has me wondering, will the Baltimore Ravens make an addition over the next couple days to boost their chances for this Super Bowl run and to maybe make up for the possible missing piece of Zay Flowers? Thanks so much for tuning in, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in all season long. It's been an awesome season. We've added over 7,500 subscribers. Brings our total to well over 25,000. We're just 600 away, a little bit more than that, from our next goal of 26K. It's been an awesome season. So thankful for all of you who have joined me. And if you're watching right now, and if you haven't joined already, what are you doing? Hit that sub button. So all of this comes from what's been happening this week with our main man, Zay Flowers. This tweet, we talked about it yesterday, we talked about it earlier today, came from Sarah Ellison talking about John Harbaugh with what he had to say on Zay Flowers, saying, it's not a season-ending injury. It's going to be day-to-day, and him doing everything he can to get back as soon as he can. And from where we sit right now, I don't think that's a very positive sign. If I had to place a wager on it, I would bet that he does not play this upcoming Saturday against the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now, I might be wrong. John Harbaugh might be playing mind games with Mike Tomlin and the Steelers. But the question then is, if he doesn't play, will Baltimore make a wide receiver addition? So now let's talk again about our main man, Odell Beckham Jr. We've talked about him a lot over the last month or so. He got released from the Miami Dolphins on December 13th, and since then we've made a couple videos about him because, in my opinion, the fit might just work that well. You see what he did the last time he was in a purple uniform: 35 receptions, 565 yards, 3 touchdowns, 51 touchdowns was his longest, and it's been an up and down past couple of months for him, okay? We've looked at this graphic before, but I think it just perfectly places what his last 7 months have looked like in regards to being an NFL player, okay? May 8th, he was signed by the Dolphins. Then August 27th, he was added to the PUP list for an injury in his knee. October 6th, he finally made his season debut against New England. November 11th, he had his best game, which was 2 catches for 17 yards. And then December 13th, he was released from Miami. But you see him right there in a Baltimore Ravens uniform. And you see the possibility that Zay Flowers might not be here for the next game against Pittsburgh. And you begin to ask yourself, can Odell Beckham Jr. come in and not fill that wide receiver 1 role, but fill in maybe that wide receiver 3 role as Rashod, Bateman, Nelson Agholor jump up to that 1 and 2. So I want you guys to call it for me. Should the Ravens bring back OBJ for the playoffs? If you think they should, type Y for yes. If you think no, type in for no. You might get hit with a YouTube ad break in just a second to make that time go by just a little bit faster. Go ahead. Scroll down, find this pinned comment. Comment Y for yes or in for no. So I've asked this question before, and it's interesting because I got a wide range of answers. More yeses than nos, but still got the fair share of either, okay? This was you guys' responses to my community post a couple weeks ago. Michael Nance says yes, 4 S's to just kind of hammer home that point. Luke the Man says for sure, couple exclamation marks. Ralph, quick to the point, no. Jelena, Jalen Atkinson, that's it. He says hell yeah. And then Jules Bond, 1775, pretty adamant about it, says not just no, hell no. Okay? And so the question to ask when you're thinking about bringing back Odell Beckham Jr. is, what would it hurt? Seriously, think about it. Ask yourself that question. Adding him to this locker room, adding him to this team, what would it hurt for this team? I don't think a ton. I'm going to talk about that more in just a little bit, but you tell me, do you want the Ravens to make a move? If so, it's simple. Just like today's video, send them a message, hit that thumbs up button. So my answer to that further question, or the question we posed just a little bit ago, was I don't think anything. Okay, I don't think adding him takes away or harms anything on this team. And it's because I just think he fits. Why does he fit, Joey? Well, he's going to be playing for the same head coach. He's going to be playing with the same quarterback. He's going to be playing with the same offensive coordinator. He's also going to be in the same wide receiver room for the most part, right? You got Devontae Walker in there, newly acquired rookie, but played last year with Nelson Agholor, played last year with Zay Flowers, played last year with Rashod Bateman, right? It's a lot of the same things. And that's why I don't think it's very much of a high risk, okay? It seems a little bit like high risk, medium reward, okay? Now, you do look a little bit at the stats from this year, and it makes you say, like, why is it even worth it, right? 9 receptions, 55 yards, 0 touchdowns. His longest catch was 11 yards. But, guys, if Zay's not playing, Lamar needs guys to throw the ball to, plain and simple, okay? You know what else is plain and simple? Using Prize Picks. It is the most fun, it's the most exciting way to play daily fantasy sports. I play it. Producer Jack plays it. I got my dad and my wife to be playing with it as well. So now it's your time because it's playoff time. It's now or never. So don't miss out on the last few weeks of football action with Prize Picks, the best place to win cash while watching the playoffs. You can now win up to 1,000 times your money on Prize Picks. Sign up today and get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks now offers MasterCard for quick and easy deposits into your account this sports season. Prize Picks also offers weekly promotions that can lead to big payouts like Taco Tuesday. Each Tuesday, Prize Picks discount selects player projections up to 25% to provide even more value for your lineup. Think Lamar Jackson will get more than 250 passing yards next week? What about Patrick Mahomes? Will he pass more than 1.5 touchdowns? Cook up hot takes with your friends and win real money this football season when you and your crew run your game on Prize Picks. We're taking a look right now at my Prize Picks I've got going into Saturday's game. I think it's going to be a really cold, possibly snowy game, so give me the more on Derrick Henry rush yards. Give me the less on Lamar Jackson and the less on Russell Wilson pass yards. I think it's just going to be a game. They hand the ball off a ton. So if you're rocking with me, go ahead. Use Prize Picks. Download the Prize Picks app today. Use code CLNS. Get $50 instantly when you play $5. That's code CLNS on Prize Picks. Get $50 instantly when you play just $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. Prize Picks, run your game. So let's look at the money aspect of it, okay? Because a lot of times with these situations, and you're talking about signing a player, you're talking all this, a lot of times the money just doesn't make sense. But here's the exact opposite, okay? The Ravens sit right now with $6.08 million in cap space. The vet minimum for a receiver who's played or a player who's played as long as Odell Beckham Jr. is $1.21 million. All you'd have to pay him is his game checks for that cost, okay? So his cost per game would be around $71.2 thousand. And so this is why it is pretty low risk, like I was talking about earlier, and to me it's still medium reward. You risk what, $71,000? If he doesn't work out, you cut him. Boom, done, end of story. But if he does work out, you found yourself a wide receiver 3 in case your wide receiver 1 goes down. So let's look at the pros, okay? Number 1, this team loves him. They do. They loved him last year. They had a ton of fun with him on this team. Look at this picture of him and Zay smiling together, cheesing, throwing up the floor, doing all that. Like, they loved playing and being teammates with Odell Beckham Jr., okay? But they just didn't love him. He also loved being there. He loved them. And the thing is he kind of still loves them, right? Look at this tweet. Watching football Christmas Day, fangirling over Lamar Jackson, just like we all were. He said, words don't do justice for seeing what LJ Air 8 does in person. Okay? So they love him. He loves them. And also, guys, I'm going to be honest, I still think he has a little bit left in the tank. I get it. He only had 55 receiving yards this year, but look what he did just last year with this team. 35 catches, 565 yards, 40 yards a game, and 3 touchdowns. And no, I get it. That's not Hall of Fame numbers right there. That's not a guy you want to pay a lot of money to. That's not a wide receiver 1, but I'm not asking this team to sign him as any of those things, as a wide receiver 1, to pay him a ton of money. No, you're just asking him to pay the vet minimum, to be on this team, and possibly catch a ball or two when Lamar needs a go-to wide receiver Saturday night against the Steelers, okay? But with every pro, there are some cons. Con number 1, this team is vibing right now, okay? It just feels like they're clicking on all cylinders. They love playing together. They love being with each other, and you don't necessarily want to mix somebody new in that mix, okay? I don't think it'd be a Deontay Johnson situation, but you just don't want to throw anything into this locker room that could change the way things are going. Number two, he only had 114 snaps this year. And of those 114 snaps, he only had 9 catches, right? So you'd kind of need to knock the rust off just a little bit. And speaking of knocking the rust off, this is a guy who has quite a bit of rust on him. He's a 32-year-old wide receiver, okay? That position doesn't necessarily age the best, okay? You don't see wide receivers play well into their late 30s dominantly or well into their early 40s dominantly like you've seen some quarterbacks do or some linebackers do or some defensive tackles do in years past. No, it's kind of a spring chicken position. The top 10 receiving yards leaders of this year, the oldest one was, guess how old? 25. Okay? But still, at the end of the day, with all those pros and all those cons and everything that comes with the Odell Beckham Jr. experience, I don't think it would be that bad of a decision. Okay? Honestly, I could take it. I could leave it. I would not be mad either way. Okay? If you didn't sign him, don't care. Run with the guys you got. If you do, sweet. Maybe give Lamar another option. Either way, I think you're in a pretty good position where you are right now as you sit with leverage, okay? So you let me know, what is the % chance that the Ravens sign Odell Beckham Jr.? How you think right now, okay? 0 to 100, I'd probably go with 23. I'll throw a random one out there, 23%. That's what I'm going with. You let me know in the comment section down below. Thanks so much for tuning in. A double video day, my favorite days of the year. Really appreciate you guys. If you haven't already, hit that sub button. We're growing. We're knocking up the coverage. It's playoff time, buddy. We'll see you tomorrow.